The Gravity Falls Iceberg Explained. Sup guys, Buck Valis here once again. This iceberg video is going to cover the Disney XD animated series Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls has always been a trip for me. It's a layered show with tons of mysteries, constantly referencing symbols found in real-world mysticism, and that's what intrigued me the most. I love it when an animated series is able to be lighthearted and fun, but at the same time contain an underlying complexity that the viewer has to decipher. The series began in 2012 and spanned all the way until its final episode in 2016. It's crazy to think that there were only 2 seasons in the show's entirety, though some speculate a third. I'm going to chunk some of the sections in this iceberg together just because some layers are a bit too short. Anyways, let's get into the iceberg. Shout out to everybody that subscribed and got me to 9,000 subscribers, by the way, in under a week. It's kind of crazy to think that my channel is growing this fast. Thank you guys once again, and yeah. Backwards Bill message. Bill's cipher is described as a triangular dream demon, formerly existent only in the mindscape before succeeding in gaining access to the real world. He had been running amok in Gravity Falls, Oregon, my home state, since being summoned by Stanford Pines over 30 years ago, and was well known for his mysterious demeanor and sadistic humor. Bill's the main antagonist of Gravity Falls, although he doesn't play a central role in the series until the season 1 episode, Dreamscapers. Bill's cipher is a bit of an anomaly, putting it lightly, and has an intricate backstory. Trillions of years prior to the events of the series, Bill's cipher originated from the second dimension. Bill despised living there. He quote-unquote liberated himself from the dimension by plunging it and burning it into chaos, along with everyone he'd ever known, including his own parents. He eventually took over the Nightmare Realm after coming to learn of a prophecy that stated that he would merge the Nightmare Realm with the third dimension. Bill stated that coming into contact with humans would accomplish this. Without a physical form, however, Bill could only access the dreams of the third dimension beings. In order to make his dealings with immortals easier, he took on the name Bill Cipher, as his real name would, quote, evaporate one with an expression of horror and ecstasy on their face. Among his targets were the natives who lived there, and what would become the town of Gravity Falls, Oregon. This entry may be specifically referring to Bill Cipher's backwards death message stated prior to being punched by Grunkle Stan. Take a look. AXOLOTL. This ties back to the first entry in Bill Cipher's last message being backwards. If you play the message in reverse, you can make out what he says, some believing he stated axolotl. Watch it yourself. Here are some theories associated with that word. Some say that the regenerative abilities that the salamanders have, called axolotls, a neotonic salamander, if I pronounce that right, related to the tiger salamander, is an indication of Bill's abilities to regenerate after his demise, which goes along with what he says about invoking the ancient right to return. Other people will frequently mistake axolotl for Xotl, who is an ancient Aztec god associated with guiding souls to the underworld. He is also the god of, ironically enough, twins, monsters, misfortune, sickness, and deformities. Alex Hirsch, the creator of Gravity Falls, is a fan of axolotls, and in the Gravity Falls AMA by Alex, any spoiler questions were responded to with an image of an axolotl. But then again, this is just a theory. Form your own conclusions and let me know what you think in the comments. Blu-ray. I believe this is simply referencing the complete series collector's edition that comes in Blu-ray. It comes with some bonus content like Between the Pines, behind the scenes series finale specials, deleted scenes, promo material, and audio commentary by the creator on all 40 episodes. Gravity Falls, Legend of the Gnome Gemulets. This entry is speaking about the Gravity Falls game made for the Nintendo 3DS, developed and published by Ubisoft and produced by Disney Interactive Studios. Gravity Falls Legend of the Gnome Gemulets is a side-scrolling platform game. Players assume control over Dipper and Mabel, and they can freely switch between them at any moment during the game. The two characters have different abilities. Dipper can combat enemies with a close-range weapon called Gnome Battle Cuffs and look for clues using a flashlight, while Mabel can utilize a grappling hook. The game also includes humor based on its own cliché story utilized in video games. Deleted scenes. This is referencing deleted scenes in a series which didn't make it to animation and were just storyboards with commentary over them, though Lena923, shout out to her, took it upon herself to animate them. This is what they would have looked like if they were animated. This is only one portion of the deleted scenes, which most of them could be found here on YouTube. Bigfoot. In the Gravity Falls intro theme song, if you pause at the right moment, you can see the outline of what seems to be Bigfoot, a cool Easter egg by the animators. Gravity Falls and Amphibia. If you don't know, Amphibia is a Disney Channel and Disney XD series created by Matt Braley. The show tells the story of Anne, a self-centered 13-year-old who is magically transported to the fictitious world of Amphibia, a rural marshland full of frog people and dangerous creatures. In one of the episodes, there is a cameo / Easter egg of Gravity Falls characters Grunkle Stan and Seuss, which makes sense due to them being on the same channel, Disney XD. Flash games. Gravity Falls has some neat flash games that were made by both official and fan creators, Rumble's Revenge being an example of one, a side-scroller game which involved Dipper and Mabel trying to escape the video game that they were placed in by Rumble McSkirmish. The objective was to beat all 4 levels and defeat Rumble at the end of the final level so they can escape the video game world. Shorts. This entry is referring to the 1 to 2 minute shorts that would play on Disney XD. They were all part of a small series, one of them being Dipper's Guide to the Unexplained, in which Dipper would record himself investigating mysterious things. Mabel's Scrapbook is also another short series in which Mabel explains a story behind a photo in her scrapbook. You can find a playlist of all of these shorts on YouTube. Call Me Mabel. Call Me Mabel is a parody of the song Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen. Mabel performs the song karaoke style. For some reason it was only posted 4 months ago by the official Disney Channel, though the original song is 8 years old as of 2021. Now let's move on to the surface level. Slender Man and Lost Legends. Slender Man is a humanoid-type creature with a vast array of supernatural powers and abilities. His most common hobbies include kidnapping children and brainwashing innocent people into becoming his proxies. Due to his popularity, Slender Man has been seen as one of the most famous urban legends and horror icons of the internet. He was said to have appeared in an episode of Gravity Falls, standing in the background, but it was later debunked, proven to be a photoshopped picture. That is, until the Gravity Falls Lost Legend graphic novel was released in July of 2018, which contained Easter eggs, explanations, and secrets related to the show. The comic itself contained a brief cameo of Slender Man, appearing in the first mini-story titled Face It. Slender Man is seen panicking while searching for his wallet in order to buy Dipper and Pacifica, who have been captured and placed on auction by a group of monsters. Time Baby is still alive. Time Baby was a giant time-manipulating baby who was killed. He was the last son of his race and was the tyrannical supreme ruler of the future before being killed by Bill Cipher. In an episode, he was mentioned by Bill, who referred to him as that dumb baby, and due to his death, Bill became the master of time. But some believe that Time Baby is still alive due to some time-manipulating tricks he could have pulled. This is sort of supported by a secret message in an episode revealing Time Baby's supernatural powers, which imply that he's almost immortal. Stan Bill. Stan Bill is in reference to the super savory art of Grunkle Stan and Mabel as one character. Alex Hirsch posted a sketch of Stan Bill in 2017. I was hesitant to search it up actually, I thought it was going to be some Rule 34 type shit. Line Rider. If you don't know, Line Rider is an internet game with versions available for Microsoft, Silverlight, and Flash. It was originally created in September of 2006 by a Slovenian student. Soon after the initial appearance on DeviantArt, Line Rider became an internet phenomenon. If you go to the Disney YouTube channel, you can find a Line Rider short presenting Gravity Falls characters, Dipper and Mabel riding down a slope. The video is accompanied by an orchestral version of the Gravity Falls theme song. Pretty random but interesting. Hobo Ryan reaction videos. Hobo Ryan is a YouTuber who has reacted to a decent amount of Gravity Falls episodes. If you enjoy reaction videos, go check him out. Cypher Hunt. This entry is referring to a plan Alex Hirsch, the creator of the show, came up with, detailing a massive worldwide treasure hunt involving clues to find a statue of Bill Cipher. It was a nice way to end the show, incorporating the audience to say their final goodbyes before the show ended. He ended up hiding the statue in a remote part of Oregon, on a lady's property. Here's the video of the woman who ended up finding it. Screaming warning, she's gonna scream.
There it is! There it is! Oh my god! Oh my god, I found it! Holy sh! Oh my god! Okay, sorry, that was really loud.
It's honestly a topic for a whole nother video on its own. Season 3 rumors. Gravity Falls Season 3 has been a rumor since 2016, all the way till present day, despite the fact that Alex Hirsch personally wanted to end the show because he felt like it was going to be the natural next step. Alex Hirsch himself said no Season 3 was ever written, outlined, or mapped in any way. There were debates about how long the series would be, but by mid-Season 1, I knew that it wouldn't be more than 2, Hirsch said. What do you guys think? It would be nice to see the characters in action once again, but some fans might be hesitant of the idea due to its praised finale. Hopefully Disney convinces them though. Slender Man. This is referencing the debunked clip showing Slender Man. The YouTuber who posted it states, "I made this video when I was in high school. I know how stupid it is, but I'm keeping it up because a lot of people still seem to watch it." Alternate universes. These entries are kind of becoming cliches amongst iceberg videos, but it may hold up for this show, due to its mentioning of time manipulation and other types of mysticism. There's also a crossover cameo appearance of Stan in the Rick and Morty universe. Also in the last episode, The Last Maple Corn, we see Bill's ability to travel through space and time while Ford Pines is lost in a strange dimension. Dipper's original hat. In the original character designs, Dipper's hat contained mesh fabric in the back part and had an outlined sketch of the brim, as opposed to the final design having none of these characteristics, a much more minimalist design. There's also an alternative design with Dipper's hat being a red color instead of blue, and it's an overall different character design as well. While the concept art was different than what we know Skipper to look like now, he was always envisioned of wearing some sort of hat. Movie rumors. Though like all rumors, they are often speculations mixed with a bit of truth, this one is more founded on the fact that Disney Plus is reviving some older animated shows into movies like the recent Phineas and Ferb movie, as well as the Proud Family getting a new series, but this rumor isn't certain until Alex Hirsch himself announces it. It would be nice to see the characters in action though. Now let's move on to The Abyss. Episode 2 was the 4th in production order. Although based on the canon, this is the 2nd episode. It is the 1st episode written though. However, the 1st episode is also based on some things from the unaired pilot which was written before. I think that this might have been a mistake entry, wanting to say the 1st instead of the 4th. Both Stan and Bill say to buy gold. This entry is referencing this scene.
Remember, reality is an illusion, the universe is a hologram, buy gold!
I couldn't find much about Stan saying to buy gold, but I believe that it's more of a mocking of how people take caution before a proposed apocalypse. For example, there are some preppers that believe when the financial system collapses, the only thing that will be used as currency will be gold and silver, playing into the conspiracy theory side of Gravity Falls. Backwards message. In an episode, Seuss and Mabel see Gideon in the woods, performing a ritual of some sort, with candles surrounding him. If you play the scene backwards, you get this. Mason. Dipper's full name is Mason Dipper Pines, which may be interpreted as a reference to the Masons. If you don't know, Freemasonry or Masonry consists of fraternal organizations that trace their origins to the local fraternities of stonemasons that from the end of the 14th century regulated the qualifications of stonemasons and their interactions with authorities and clients. Freemasonry has been the subject of numerous conspiracy theories throughout the years. Modern Freemasonry broadly consists of two main category groups. Regular Freemasonry insists that a volume of scripture be opened in a working lodge, that every member profess belief in a supreme being, that no woman would be admitted, and that the discussion of religion and politics be banned. Which you could see why the creator of the show would incorporate this right into the animated series. It plays along with all the mysticism in the show. None of the characters have 5 fingers. This one is false. The way it works is that the children have 4 fingers and the adults have 5, and Ford's birth deformity gives them 6 fingers total. Distrust Grunkle. In an episode in which Mabel is having a hallucinative trip, she is confronted by 2 abnormally large dogs. The dogs are known as flavor pups. One of them says something, but it's not clear. In order to understand what they're saying, you need to play the scene in reverse. This is what it says. But why do they need to distrust Grunkle? Must distrust Grunkle could refer to several tricks or secrets Stan Pines has pulled or kept throughout the series. Owl House. The Owl House is an animated fantasy comedy created by Dana Terrace. The series follows self-assured teenage girl Luz, who discovers a portal to another realm where humans are not well liked. Luz partners with a rebellious witch named Ida, and Luz pursues her dreams of becoming a witch. There are a lot of similarities between the two shows, and they constantly reference one another, with Easter eggs scattered all throughout each other's shows. Some speculate that Stan's ex-wife, Marilyn, could be the owl lady, Ida, and even theories that Bill Cipher is reborn as the character King in the show, due to King's similar personality traits like his unique laugh and perspective. Some also reference to Bill Cipher's reincarnation theory. What do you guys think? Dippy Fresh death. Dippy Fresh is the more supportive and upbeat version of Dipper Pines and Mabeland. Originally, Dipper would have killed him in a rage by twisting his head back and breaking his neck. And yes, they have a storyboard for this. A person has already edited what it would have looked like incorporated into the show.
Wiggity wiggity, what's up, dude bros? I'm Dippy Fresh. I like skateboarding, supporting my sister, and
Dipper Ex Pacifica reference. This might be alluding to the fanfiction online that incorporates Dipper and Pacifica in a romantic relationship, and I think this entry is putting forth the idea that this was referenced in a show, but I cannot find anything alluding to this or even hinting of this type of fanfiction in the show. If you know any specific scenes, leave it in the comments. I want to see. Stan as Bill. Now, searching this up, I'm finding a lot of debate against this theory. It has little to no evidence, and it's literally got 0 upvotes on the Reddit thread. Some evidence proposed is that Stan is always hiding secrets from the kids, and that both Bill and Stan love gold. Don't know too much about this one. What do you guys believe? Is it true or not? Gompers is Bill. Gompers is a goat who lives near the Mystery Shack. He appears in the episode Tourist Trapped, standing on Dipper's bed and chewing on Mabel's sweater. In the forest, when Dipper discovers Journal 3, after he lifts some buttons from a machine in a fake tree, the ground where Gompers eats grass opens up, making the goat run away. He then later nibbles on the spine of the journal behind Dipper's back. This theory proposes that Gompers is Bill because he's always around when something important happens and gets into things that he shouldn't be getting into. In Bill Cipher's AMA, when asked about Gompers, Bill Cipher states, "I like him better this way," meaning that Gompers could have taken a different form before. This theory is pretty far out there, but who knows? Lee Bam. This video explains it perfectly.
And I just wanted to point something out on Gravity Falls. See, right here, it says Lee Bomb instead of Mabel. And, it's Mabel backwards,
So wholesome. Caterpillar's continuity error. I've been looking for this one for a while now, but I can't find any specific continuity error revolving caterpillars. If you have any idea of what this is referencing to, please let the people know in the comments. But just like any other animations, they have errors as well. Now let's move on to the pit. The shapeshifter is still alive. The shapeshifter, aka experiment number 210, is a creature able to take any form that it has seen. During research into the mysterious phenomenon of Gravity Falls, Ford found a mystery egg in the forest that later hatched into what he would come to call the shapeshifter. The creature developed quickly and became extremely dangerous, so Ford imprisoned it within his hidden bunker. While he prepared a stasis tube to freeze it, the shapeshifter broke free, hoping that the monster would never be able to get to the surface. The last form it takes is Dipper, screaming, saying that it's the last form he will ever take. Some believe that it may have broken out, and is in the form of an everyday character in the show. Boobery. This is in reference to an unaired pilot. The unaired pilot is the unofficial pilot of Gravity Falls. It is a low-budget, pre-production test version of the show with the premise similar to that of the episode Tourist Trapped. Here's a short synopsis. One day, Stan calls the kids downstairs. When they get there, he calls them my favorite twins, Dylan and Rowena. Then he shows them his newest attraction, a scale model of the Tower Bridge in London, built entirely from Frizzy Pops. When he taps it, the model breaks apart, and they start eating the 200 Frizzy Pops at Grunkle Stan's request. Dipper reads one of the riddles on the sticks, saying, "What is a ghost's favorite ice cream flavor?" Mabel says it's boobery, and Grunkle Stan says it's corpse melon, while Dipper thinks it's cookies and screams, but the stick is blank on the other side, so the riddle has no answer. Stan's hat symbol was missing on Disney+. This was actually addressed by the creator of the show himself, Alex Hirsch, tweeting, "LOL, apparently the geniuses over at Disney Plus decided to remove Grunkle Stan's fizz symbol for no reason, but then accidentally left it in the thumbnails, because even they can't keep track of what they're pretending to be concerned about this week. Hashtag Disney Magic." Why do you guys think Disney removed it? I don't think it was too controversial. Journal 4. Journal number 4 is an object that made a cameo in Gravity Falls Lost Legends. A theory for Journal 4 is that what if the author has spent the past 30 years writing new journals while trapped in the alternate dimension beyond the portal? If he wrote 3 during the 6 years of living in Gravity Falls, imagine how many of he could have compiled after spending 30 years stranded in an alien and presumably otherworldly environment. We even seen a pen and feather in his cape, so it's unlikely that he has never stopped documenting his findings. I know there's not much to discuss about this since it's essentially a wild guess, but you know, food for thought. Thank you guys so much for watching this far. If you enjoyed and want to support, subscribe and drop a like. It really helps out my channel. Other than that, stay tuned as I will drop more videos in the future. Later.